personal mission to make a transformational difference in our world. He evokes global consciousness and reminds us of the truth of our oneness and interdependence. Brian has worked with Dr. Wayne Dyer, James Twyman, the Oneness Movement, and Earth Dance. He has donated his time and nearly $1 million to causes that promote global oneness. And today, Brian is going to talk to us about a call to consciousness, creating global unity. Please give a rousing round of applause to greet this man to the inside edge. Come on up, Brian.
Thank you. It is my honor and privilege to share with you this morning. My daughter was here just a second ago, and fortunately we got her out of the room. The other day I was speaking at Common Ground, and it was the first opportunity that Jessica had to hear her dad speak. And within the first 3 sentences, she decided to join in and tell me what to say. And I forgot where I was. I ended up apologizing to everyone and having everyone exit her out. I would like to start by introducing all of you to our universal flag. This symbol was created through you, through your universal consciousness, through our universal consciousness, in order to expand the awareness of who we are. The colors are colors of the chakra system. They're vibrations of energy that are common to all of us. The waves represent the ups and downs, or the illusions of the ups and downs of our daily lives. The gold band represents our highest teaching. Treat one another as you want to be treated. The white, which surrounds the symbol, represents the purity which we are, the purity which we come from. And by displaying this symbol, we represent the truth of who we are. We are one with all. We are divine presence. We are truth. We are eternal. And we are interdependent on all. And those simple truths resonate deep within all of us. The opportunity to spread truth rests with us. This symbol does not and cannot ever represent any one race, group, religion, color, creed, border, or anything that creates the illusion of separation. This is your symbol, and it is something that is spread into 60 countries so far as it continues to spread around the world. Because you see, our world is set up in a way where we start to teach separation from the time that we're born. It was something that I didn't recognize for many years. It was just something that I accepted. I knew what the flag in the United States meant. I knew that that stood for the unity of our country. In fact, I believed, as many people did probably, that we had a lot of enemies out there, a lot of people who were bad people. It set up a lot of judgments by knowing what our flag meant, but certainly we were here, and it was manifest destiny that we were here. And I really had no real view. I certainly felt bad for the billions of people that didn't have food and water or the opportunities that I had, but I somehow assumed that that must have been their karma. And certainly I probably used to be just like them at some point, but now I'm a lucky guy, and I'm here. My life became one of creating opportunities for myself and my family. And the whole time I was creating businesses, I have a commercial insurance agency and a claims adjusting company. I've owned a restaurant in Chicago with a couple partners for 25 years. I own a minor league baseball team and have owned that for 5 or 6 years with some partners, and was into a number of businesses and a number of opportunities. I thought that life was about creating that and then just spending money on wonderful vacations and playing golf and boating and doing all the things I love to do. At the same time all that was going on, Spirit was giving me this inside education on a different world, a world that I wasn't familiar with. And I would have to say that it started back when I was in Catholic school, where I started gaining some of my beliefs through the catechism classes that I had. Some of those indoctrinated beliefs that we all pick up. And, as we know, Virgil, the Roman epic poet, said that they can conquer who believe they can. Or Henry Ford saying, believe you can or believe you can't, either way, you'll be right. We've long since known that belief systems that we have create the separation that we have as humans and, between us and nature, animals, religions, people. So my belief systems were kind of set in place by some of those early teachings. But I had come back with one thing that I will never forget. A priest walked in one day, he was visiting, and he wanted to know what the 3 things were that happened when we died. And I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and I can remember him saying, McClure. And I looked at him, I said, you go to heaven, you go to hell, or purgatory. And under my breath I said, but that's for you, not for me. And he said, what did you say? I said, nothing. He said, I heard you. You said that's for you, not for me. What does that mean? And I said, I'm not Brian. I'm just watching him. And he said, oh, you're just watching him. Well, let me tell you, young man, anyone who just watches and thinks it's not you is going to hell for sure. And now that was an indoctrinated belief, because that night I went to bed and I can remember it was nighttime and I was scared to death. I kept rolling over saying, it's not me. I'm just watching Brian. I'm just watching him. And ultimately an angel came down and held me and said, you know what? That's okay, Brian. That's okay. And that's the first remembrance that I ever had of being able to be aware of something else that is beyond the things that we learn in life, the beliefs that we learn. So I went through life and, everything became about the opportunities to create. That was what my life was about, and I did a pretty good job of doing that. Some of the other things that happened to me is I started on a path. I started reading. I started expanding my thoughts. The things that I was taught in Catholicism didn't really answer a number of the questions I had about the world. It was just too one-sided for me. And so I started to search for other comparative religions, other thoughts. And the things that I used to laugh at because of the way that I was taught that, maybe God was in animals or trees or nature, that was well beyond anyone's comprehension. I mean, we used to laugh at anyone who could think such a barbaric thought. Started to be shown to me by Spirit. It started to create a new awareness. And in my readings and some of my practices and some of the things that I did, I was given some wonderful insights. I mean, there was the day that I woke up and I recognized that I was no thing. And I just knew all day I was no thing. And the very next day I woke up and I recognized that I was everything. And then there was the day that Spirit took me to a place where most people go when they have what's referred to as a near-death experience, where you get to go to the other side. And, it was in a deep, deep meditative state. And I went to the other side and I was shown incredible insights. The people that I believed to be my friends and my enemies were all there. They were all matchsticks on the other side. And I was in this purple group, and they would come up to me, and everyone I had ever seen in my entire life from the second I was born, who I would have no recollection of, came up to me. And I kept saying, oh my God, it's you. Because the face would appear. It's you, and it's you, and it's you. And everything was fine until my enemies came up, and I said, oh my God, it's you. And we started laughing about the characters that we would create down here on this side, the characters that would give us the illusion